Hey guys, Cole here. Welcome to the Ray Challenge video. Guys, this one will be a Grohak the Bloodied showcase. This is not a guide. You should not max out this champion. He's famous to be one of the most underwhelming champions in the game. We've got over, I don't know how many, 600 champions. I've lost count, honestly. He's an Orc legendary attack-based champion. That means he should hit hard. Does he hit hard? We'll see in this video. I have over 5,000 attack, 5,800 almost, 100% crit, 264 critical damage with the Savage critical damage set. I've got some accuracy, but that's not important. The speed is low, but I'll explain why it's low and how you can change that if you want to. But guys, he should be hitting hard. I've done showcases before of uncommon champions with this kind of gear and doing some big damage. Is this the case for Grohak? We'll see that in a bit. Why am I saying this? Why am I saying go with lower speed than usual? It's because of his A2, so his skills. His A1 is nothing special, attacks 2 times at random, each hit 35% chance of placing, decreased speed debuff for 2 turns. This is not special. I would rather this was an AoE attack on the A1, but we have this, whatever. I haven't really tested his A1 to be honest, in terms of damage, or his A3. His A3 is called Lord of War, attacks one enemy, steals the target's turn. This is actually not that bad. On a 4-turn cooldown, if booked, you shouldn't book him. If booked, is okay because you steal the turn, so this becomes a 3-turn cooldown. There's epic champions that have this at a better cooldown and do much more stuff. For example, Geomancer. So whatever, Grohak. A2, Unbound Anger, attacks all enemies, fills the champion's turn meter by 20% for each enemy under a decreased speed debuff. So this is why I say you can go with the lower speed than usual, because if you manage to go first with Grohak, then you go with your A2. If you have a decreased speed on the enemies, there's a few champions that applied as part of their skills in terms of either, I think the champions that do it on their A1, and I'm definitely sure that Sylar does it on her A3. So if you have somebody to set this up for him, you can have all enemies with a decreased speed debuff. He goes in there. If it's dungeons, you get 100% fuel of your turn meter. If it's arena, that's 80% boost to your turn meter, which is amazing. Okay. Bad thing about arena is that you cannot really speed tune him with that amount of speed. You need closer to 170, 180 maybe, and depending on what else you have. But we'll still do the showcase just to see, guys, what we can do. I have the best, well, not my best gear, but it's a pretty good gear available for Grohak. Almost 6,000 attack, 260 critical damage with Helm Smasher. I just wasted 800 gems on this guy. Just wanted to see, does he hit hard? So Helm Smasher, the big damaging ruthless ambush and stuff like that. So the big test will be in arena. I'm not going to do the dungeon showcase, or maybe I'll do that in the end. But in arena, I've made a team and I really want to show you guys the possibilities of this champion. So we'll go and test it. Here is the team. Okay, as I said, she is kind of essential. Okay, you kind of need Sylar for her A3 setup here. It's like a negative version of Lissandra, like a lesser version, but still a good way to have this champion in your arena team. So she decreases turn meters of enemies by 40%. Lissandra does it on a 30%, but she also applies a decreased speed. Lissandra doesn't apply a decreased speed on enemies. She applies an increased speed to your team, which is better. Because Lissandra does it to your team, Sylar does it to the enemy team, so you need to remove any block debuff buffs from the enemy team. That being said, that's why I have Madame Ceres there, defense down, and removes buffs. These two are not easy champions to get. Void champions to set up Grohak, so that adds to how bad this champion can possibly be. So let's start this on auto and see how this goes. I'll put this on a 2x speed right before Grohak hits. We'll go with the 1x and see what he does. So there's the defense down now, removes all buffs. We do get resisted, but that's fine. Look at that, 70 and 50,000 crit there by Grohak. If that's not useless, I don't know what is. Okay, remember the gear that I have on him. This is not a big hit on these champions. These champions have very low stats, and I should have been hitting way harder. I should be hitting about 100,000 from each hit. So here we got close to 100,000, 98,000, but still I'm not impressed. So this one will be a solid test against I guess Vogoth here, which is weak affinity. Sifi, a very tanky champion. Not Cadraphone. Cadraphone can be weak affinity for us. And Rotos cannot get one-shotted, so it will be a solid test of Grohak. What he can do. So here we go with the A2. Boom. Barely took out Vogoth, but remember he heals. So yeah, we get taken out there. We don't even manage to get a move there because of Rotos and his counterattacks thing. So can we do anything here? I'll just have to see if I can revive. No, we get wrecked. But that was pretty much expected because of Rotos taking us out. I mean, we can test lucky RNG here. If I don't get a Rotos to go crazy on my Grohak, but I think he'll always go crazy on Grohak. So boom, yeah, no, we get wrecked. So there's no way I can beat these kind of teams with him. So the idea I had in my mind with Grohak was he can gain that turn meter back and then actually be in a really good position to get another turn going. But you see the problems that I'm facing. So we decrease the turn meter here. We might get a turn. There we go, 100,000. We broke 100,000. Not very impressive, is it? Not very impressive. I would expect him to have closer to 130,000 with a 4-turn cooldown skill that Grohak has on his A2. I would expect that it would have hit much harder. I would like to book him out just to see the full potential, because that's a 25% increase. So maybe if I crit 100,000 now, 25% increase would be about 125k, right? But I think we'll multiply it would be a little higher. I would love if this was 25% for each enemy under a decreased speed debuff. So this would have worked at 100% boost to his speed for arena if you fully apply the debuffs on a team with a champion like Sylar. But that's not how it works. Obviously, his health is very low. So look at those bars compared to all of the enemies. He is very squishy, very easy to kill. So we get a 50,000 crit there on Duchess, where we are strong affinity. Duchess is notorious for being tanky, but still, that doesn't mean we shouldn't be able to take her out with strong affinity. So let's see that A3, 93k. I think we tried to steal some turn meter there, but we didn't steal anything. And yeah, we should go in there with the A1 now and try to take her out. Boom, that's the A1, 36,000. So nothing really special, honestly, guys. Bit disappointing. Bit disappointed with the 800 gems wasted on Grohak. I did use him, to be fair. I did use him for Faction Wars at level 50. He did what he was supposed to do, and that was steal the turn meter of the boss. And that was it. Honestly, that was it. I did not try to do anything else. So here we see the problem of not having him speed tuned. Wow, he did do 76,000 crit there. So because he wasn't speed tuned, the enemy team managed to cut in and actually get me down. But let's say we break this team a little bit and remove Madame Ceres. So we just totally don't care at all about having a defense down. And let's see what that does to this team. So we'll put in a Lysandra. If I find my Lysandra. And then we have a double decrease turn meter champions here. So Sylar and Lysandra. Look at that. Look at that. And hopefully Grohak will get a turn. Boom, he gets one shot. Okay, he didn't need the defense down there, but that team wasn't tanky. Let's go and find another team here. And let's see this one. It's all blue champions except Duchess. I mean, this team is nothing too crazy, but we get our 3 decrease speed is there and 73k. We couldn't even one-shot Trunda. Trunda is a more tanky DPS champion, notorious for being tanky and not being able to take her down. But wow, okay. I think that was for the arena. What do you guys think? Leave it down in the comments. Is Grohak worth getting to 60 and putting your best DPS gear? I think no. I think you should have many other choices out there available for you to test out with your best gear. I think even Ninja, you can equip him and he'll deal more damage and also CC the enemies with his freeze on his A3. So definitely a better choice. So let me build up the team that I usually use for showcasing damage, and we'll see how that goes. Right, guys, so this is the team that I usually use. This will just be for presentation, well, demonstration purposes, I would say, instead of presentation. Yeah, defense down weekend, let's go. And what I want to see here is poisons on all enemies, then poisons on us from Griptok. And then we should be able to do like the maximum amount of damage that I can do now with the A2 pretty much. Yeah, let's see what we can do. I want to see big numbers here, over 150 ideally, but 185, 168, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. I mean, he's up there with everybody else, but the problem is the long cooldowns that Grohak has. So the long cooldowns basically make him a difficult champion to have in your team in terms of an AoE nuker, because now he would just go and try to steal the Terminator. 100k there, 122k, pretty solid hit. But because he's not very tanky, he will not survive if the enemies get a turn. So since he doesn't have an AoE way to remove the Terminator, somebody will take a turn and he will be the first one targeted because of his low health. We're focusing on his damaging moves instead of anything else. So look at that, 87 and 75. So that was pretty good. That was because of Bad Alcazar's 20% boost there. So those numbers would have been a little bit lower. And let's see. And defense down in weekend also. So look at that, 14,000. So we're about 30,000 health on Grohak at the moment. So give me an attack up buff. We still don't have the A2 on cooldown. That's the big part, sad part about this. So I definitely need a decreased speed champion here. So this would have been a 3-turn cooldown. We would have gotten another turn there and would have gotten maybe Lord of War in there as well. So let me do another run. Let me do another run here. So instead of, let's say, Grohak in there, instead of Gerbtuck, I'll have Sylar, who is the only one that comes to mind at the moment that has a decreased speed as an AoE. So we'll see how this goes. So we would boost defense down weekend, increase speed on us. Then let's apply a decrease speed on everybody. And now Grohak should be able to do something like an A2, get full amount of Terminator. But because the way that these skills work is that everybody else who had full Terminator will go and then Grohak goes, which is very weird. I don't understand how Terminator works this way, but that's how it is. He should have gone first, but the 100% obviously didn't work like that. So now he's able to go immediately pretty much and get his A3 going. 205,000. That's nice. That's actually nice as a single target. That's not that bad. But I always have to remember that I have pretty good Savage gear. Helm Smasher on him. So I'm still a bit disappointed with the A2 in terms of arena performance. For dungeons 20 are not that hard to go, especially Dragon. So let's see the A1, 57 and 50k there. So it's pretty random, that A1. So I give him a 6.5 out of 10, I would say, in terms of a damage dealing champion. What do you guys think of Grohak? Would you fully max him out and put everything you have on him? I don't think so. And you guys might think the same. I think there's so many other choices out there. Even rare champions, even epic champions that can do more damage than this guy. Unfortunately, I hope he does get a buff soon. As I said, the buff hopefully will be on his A2, reduce our cooldown to 3 turns. Let that feel be there under 25% instead of 20%, so it works better in arena. And I think we'll have a proper orc nuker legendary. So thank you guys for watching. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys in the next one. See ya.